O God, in your mercy, you blessed your bishop, St. Eugene Mazenod, with the zeal of an apostle to preach the good news to the nations. Grant that by his intercession we may be filled with the same Spirit and dedicate ourselves wholeheartedly to the service of the Church and the salvation of all.
I look at my brothers who are Jubilarians, my other brothers as well, and the years of ministry in many and varied ways, I feel very small when I think about the work and the ministry that has been done and continues to be done in so many ways. We can reminisce, we can be grateful, and we are. I have many memories I can recount, and yet as I reflected on these readings, I felt called to look more to the future, not only to the past and to be grateful, but to be called to look to the future and to sense how challenged we continue to be by Jesus, in the call of Jesus, in our vocation as Oblates. One phrase attributed to St. Francis of Assisi that might surprise us, especially when we're talking of 50 years, 60 years, 75 years of religious life and priesthood, is up until now, he said at the end of his life, St. Francis of Assisi, up until now, we have done nothing. Let us begin again. And certainly we have so much to thank God for and to celebrate, and yet we continue to be challenged to be obedient to Christ and to be obedient to the Spirit-filled Christ that calls us into the future.
We have a tremendous amount of years of religious life here. I counted them up, and everybody together is a total of 645 years of Jubilee. And if you include the ones who have double Jubilees of both vows and priesthood, it's 840 years.
Vocations, I believe, were like fruit trees, or apple trees, or peach trees. Let's get real local and have some of these nice Alberta peaches that we just lived with this summer. If you have a good tree, healthy tree, it's been fertilized, watered, and trimmed, taken care of, it'll produce good fruit. Well, even the Bible says that. Good trees produce good fruit. I think vocations come from parents, father and mother. My parents never taught priesthood to me, never pushed me or encouraged me. They didn't do anything to impede me. But I decided to go over to St. Henry's and try it out. And I knew I could go out in that cemetery with you and tell you something about every man that's buried out there. And they were all exemplary priests. They were good preachers. They conduct missions all around, especially the north. They were German bound because they got kicked out of, Ceylon and the big continent down there, Australia. They got kicked out and they had to find some place in the world where they'd be accepted, and they ended up in Dutch Belleville, Dutchtown. But look what they did, and look what we have now, and what we're hoping to continue to do until the end of the world. So pray for good families, good homes, good marriages, happy homes, that you don't have to do a lot of big things in life. I read recently in a spiritual book, but every day you have to do a lot of little things. But they all add up into something big. So don't look for something heroic to do. You're going to sacrifice this or that or whatever else to have a son or a daughter in a priesthood or in a convent or wherever. It may not happen. So they have to carry the ball once they get the notion. And with the grace of God, you can make it.